Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the Ask Me Anything session today. We have a great lineup of panelists, Akshat, Anand, Nevaiy, and Nishant. And we did one similar Ask Me Anything in the month of April, and this is the second one in the series. Thank you so much for joining. I have a bunch of people to thank today for this session. Firstly, the parents who sent their questions, and they were great questions. Some of them had to be modified because we got similar questions and we had to club them together. And I would like to thank the panelists who have taken time for the last 2 weeks and have answered the questions in great detail, sharing their experiences, sometimes sometimes not so pleasant experiences, and it has been a great help to all the parents. And I would also like to thank my friend Ramya Hariharan, who suggested this theme-based Ask Me Anything. And so that's why the theme of this Ask Me Anything has been regulation. The first panelist we have is Akshat Rassay. Akshat, hello, welcome.
Welcome.
Hi. So Akshat is a non-speaking adult who is autistic. Despite his communication challenges, Akshat found his voice through AAC apps and typing. Akshat has co-authored two books, The Talking Fingers Volume 1 and Born Beyond Words. He is a foodie and a music lover. Not able to hear. Hello? Hello?
We can hear you, Bindu.
Okay, because Ritu said she can't hear. Okay. He's a foodie and a music lover and blogs and writes short poems and quotes. And he has a blog site also where he blogs regularly. Autism, our never ending journey.blogspot.com. Welcome, Akshat, and welcome, Ritu. So the first question we got for Akshat was, how do we feel when we are dysregulated, overwhelmed, or anxious about a situation or a person? Also, what makes us or you calm immediately? How are you able to calm yourself in such situations? Ritu, would you like to read? Ritu?
Bindu, since Ritu seems to be saying that they can't hear, maybe they are not able to respond. See, they say,
Okay.
so maybe I've just messaged them privately to ask them to check their volume because I think the rest of us can hear you.
Okay. I think Akshat, she left the meeting. Maybe she'll
it's-
join back. Okay. So I will start reading the answer. Maybe she can join and then continue. So Akshat says, I can feel the strange restlessness when I'm in any overwhelming situation. The mind and the body don't have a connection. It's like constant hammering in mind. Yes, I have learned to cope up with such situations to some extent. Having a coping mechanism helps in dealing any anxious situation. For me, music is that mechanism. Mindfulness is my mantra to calm myself. We are the masters of our mind. I try to regulate my emotions whenever I feel overwhelmed. Analytical thinking helps me to regulate my thoughts. And we have some pictures of Akshat also, which Ritu was going to explain to us where they are taken and what they signify. Ritu, are you back? Ritu? Okay, so the next question we had for Akshat was, are there any techniques you use to regulate yourself? For example, yoga, breathing, meditation, music. What has helped you? So he says, yes, analytical thinking helps me to regulate my thoughts. Analytical thinking is thinking about the root of the thought. Being a thinker and observer, I always analyze thoughts and what impact those thoughts have on me. This helps me to calm. Of course, music helps me to change, it helps to change the mood. For me, it is my savior. Yoga, meditation, and affirmation help me in focusing and interpreting the thoughts. Ritu, are you there? You want to say something?
Akshat seems to have rejoined. But
Yeah.
still, there seems to be probably can't hear you or something.
Okay. Okay. So I'll continue then. So the third question for Akshat was, as a parent of a non-speaking teen, I would like to know what helps to improve the interoception to reduce prompt dependency for tasks like daily routine and leisure play, and improve self-initiation, regulation, and sustained motivation to complete the chosen or intended task without a prompt. I understand it might take a long time. I would like to know the strategies that helps or has helped you. So Akshat says, good question. I like to do whatever I do, although I too depend on prompts, but following a routine helps me to be independent. I think initiation is difficult. Sometimes
Mhm.
I'm able to initiate the task and sometimes not. As I said, I do what I like to do, and that keeps me motivated.
Mhm.
Okay, I think her audio is still not working.
Yeah,
Um,
that,
yeah, how to stay regulated in crowded places. Sometimes we cannot avoid such situations. So Akshat has shared a picture with him of him in a family gathering. Look at the crowd, and he is able to keep regulated in such situations as well. Regulation requires alignment of thoughts. In any sensory overwhelming situation, it is also difficult to align the thoughts. However, working on cognition and having a coping mechanism helps. Did you feel regulated when there was noise, flickering lights, or smells around you? Did you avoid such situations? How did you learn to manage such situations? So he says, initially there was too much anxiety during such situations. Mood swings were there. I most of the time felt chaotic, anxious, and frightened. However, with gradual practice of mindfulness, working on cognition, and thinking flexibility, I am able to cope with these challenges. Now, crowd smells don't affect me that much. I think this is from a Diwali party in his apartment, this picture. How to help a non-speaking kid to learn AAC or communication skills if he dislikes when being taught. So he says, for learning AAC or communication, intent and interest are important. I always wanted to express my feelings and love sharing my thoughts. So Ritu shared that Akshat is very social, and she also said that he loves going to his vocational center. He loves meeting families and friends. So that was probably his intent towards learning to communicate using AAC. I don't think she has joined again, right? Ritu is still not there. Okay. How do I make my son understand that excessive food demand and having it may cause him sick, may make him sick? He got angry when I said no for more food as he had already had enough. Most of the time he had more food and it causes his stomach upset. I'm unable to understand it. How to make him understand? So he stopped asking for more food. So the parent is asking how to help the child understand that he should not be eating more than what he needs. So Akshat is saying that my internal system demands good food. I always have a craving for spicy, crunchy food. Delicious food makes me eat more, but sometimes eating more is also because of mood swings and anxiety. I also used to binge eat because of these reasons. However, with strict diet and avoiding junk food helped. My child swings between uncontrolled hysterical laughter and rage involving biting her own hands. I suspect it is due to emotional dysregulation. What strategies would you suggest? So Akshat is suggesting there was a time when I didn't know how to think analytically. My mom taught me to be patient and think mindfully. I also used to get aggressive and had no control over my emotions. Gradually, with journaling, yoga, food, and affirmations, I learned to regulate my emotions, and I'm still learning it. How was your experience of answering questions from parents on regulation? It was wonderful. It was a wonderful experience. I liked sharing my thoughts on topics like regulation, anxiety, etc. This is an event. This was an event that was held earlier this year for neurodivergent individuals. And Akshat had a stall set up, and he sat there for several hours, and all his books were on display, and he had a great time. In the meantime, I think Ritu is back and she's able to hear now. Are you there, Ritu?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry, we had to do a lot of it without you. Do you want to share how the experience was for Akshat and you?
So it was a very nice experience for both of us, and Akshat was very comfortable answering the questions. I think he likes this format because as we do journaling almost every day, so he has a habit of this conversing or answering the questions. So he was quite comfortable. Only thing is that he takes his own time to answer the questions. So I think he has answered 9 questions, and he has answered it in a week or so. These answers. So and he enjoyed it also. And some of the things that he has come up with, like analytical thoughts, and so I was also surprised. So analytical thoughts, even I cannot think about that much. So he has that clarity of thoughts, and he always says, he likes, he thinks, he always says about thoughts, and he thinks a lot. And he has mentioned somewhere in one answer that being a thinker and observer. So he observes a lot, and he thinks about everything topic a lot. So that I can observe about him. So that is one thing that I like about him very much.
Yeah, thank you, Ritu. And about the pictures that you shared, would you like to say something about
Yeah.
it?
So the picture is those pictures says a lot about his transition. So how he regulated himself, and how he has coped up with different situations. So one of the picture is of a restaurant. We went to for a lunch in January. So earlier he was not so keen going to the restaurant, but we went for a lunch, and he was quite comfortable there. Then one of the picture was of a vacation. So he enjoyed that
Just give
vacation
me
in
the.
uh
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry.
So, and he has described about all these events in his blogs too. So you can read about these events in on his blogs also. So, and recently we had a family function, and I was quite apprehensive whether he would be able to attend that function or not. But then we did a lot of conversation about that function. I asked him whether you want to do it or not. Then he said, no, you go ahead. I would really like to attend the function. And then we together plan it, and I explain him the whole itinerary, and then how we'll do the function and everything. So, and to my surprise, he enjoyed, he attended the function very well, and he met the relatives, and so it went very well. So, this is his transition period where he has coped up with so many social situations also. So, this is a big change that I can see in him.
Thank you, Ritu. And you are a big part of this change. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for this
And he's mentioned
opportunity.
that many times in his answers also, how much you have supported him throughout.
Yeah. So this is being parents, this is our responsibility, and I think we are blessed that we are means mm, playing that small role in their journey, in their growth.
Thank you, Ritu. Thank you, Akshat.
Thank you so much.
The next on our panel is Anand Shiva. Welcome, Anand. And we have Anand's mother, Bharti, as well. Anand is from Mumbai. Anand is a minimally speaking autistic young adult. He is currently exploring creative arts, including pottery, block painting, and weaving. He has a keen eye for detail and a unique artistic style. He enjoys music, slapstick comedies, watching travel vlogs, and documentaries. Anand types to communicate and is currently exploring Avas and Weave Chat. His preferred mode is typing.
Okay, so Anand answered questions about his personal experiences, questions on how parents can support. He was not sure, so I've answered them. Anand's answers are in black. And okay, so this is question one. Sometimes my daughter focuses on something of her interest for hours. Then she's so exhausted that it ends up in
So
laughter.
probably read out the question also.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
she's
Yeah, that she's so exhausted that it. Okay, so this is Anand's answer. The blue one is mine. Laughing and not able to stop. This happens to me. I laugh when I feel tense or when something is funny, like when my mother spilled coffee. Sorry, when my mother spilled water on herself in the car, or when my cousin dropped coffee milkshake in the restaurant. When I'm startled, I laugh. For example, I'm engrossed in brushing my teeth or stimming and shaking my hand in a particular way, and my mother suddenly walks in. This kind of laughter stops after some time. I feel good after it. But I have episodes of uncontrollable laughter that is not in my control. My body hurts, tears come. I want to stop, but I cannot. I just have to wait. Sometimes Eno or Crozin helps. So this is my answer. Should I read this out? Okay.
Yes, Bharti.
At first, I would get irritated and tell him to stop. I thought he was laughing for no reason. One time, Anand's grandmother was there when this happened. She told me he's not laughing, he's crying. He's in pain or having some discomfort. It changed my perspective. Now I attend to it like we would if someone is crying in pain. It usually happens before the onset of a viral or a flu. If we suspect it is pain from bloating gas, we give Eno. It has helped, or Crocin. I make sure he doesn't drink or eat anything because choking can happen. Earlier, I would just tell him to use the willpower and say, don't drink, drink, but don't laugh. But then it is beyond him. So we just wait for it to stop. Question two. A child 8 years old has the habit of pushing other children. Parents want guidance on how to stop the pushing. So this is Anand's answer. I remember pushing my brother, my cousin sister, and Ian, friend's son, one time. Reasons for pushing: when I get angry, when I do not like what was said, how would I feel after a pushing incident? Feel bad, feel anxious. Scoldings made me sad, more agitated. I would become silent, walk fast up and down, repeating the scoldings I heard. My answer, the strategies I took: I used to be vigilant. I kept a close watch, especially in the presence of younger kids. Then I also chose outings in parks and open areas with space to wander, where incidents of pushing was less, or high interest events like birthday parties, where there would be songs and food. The reason for pushing was always not clear to me. In some instances, I could see the reason clearly, but not all. But I also noticed that his immediate reaction after pushing was remorse for his act, making him feel bad. So around age 10, the pushing stopped. How it stopped? Maybe he grew up and he could control his impulse. So yeah, it stopped on its own by age 10. I think it's had to do with him growing up. Ma'am, the next question we can move to. Question three: how to train kids to control their sad or angry emotions instead of crying or fighting back. Explain to caretakers or parents through their communication board or mode. Also, what steps to be taken for caretakers, parents to make kids calm, any calming techniques. So Anand says, I am minimally speaking. Yeah. Yeah. What calming technique should we use for the children? Yeah. Anand says, I'm minimally speaking. Telling someone how I feel is hard. I can identify emotion cards, describe a social story picture in detail, But I cannot walk up to my mother and say I'm in pain or I'm bored. What helped me? When my mother learnt about minimally speaking, unreliably speaking, she stopped telling me to speak. She spoke out loud what I was feeling. She gave paper choices with options on how I felt. Then helped me type or write what I feel. But it is still hard for me to identify discomfort or pain. To deal with anger, my mother speaks about her anger. She shows me how to handle she shows me how she handles her anger. Take deep breaths, do yoga, lion breathing, stomp feet, hit pillow. We do that together. From my experience, this is my experience, I have seen that age, personality type, and the environment the child is in shapes outward expression of emotions. In my case, when I was overwhelmed, doing too many things at once, always in a hurry, I could not think of any useful techniques to help my son. Once I worked on my emotions, I would get ideas on how to support him. In my case, that happened when I got older. When I was younger, I was not able to have that emotional distance or clarity. Question 4. I've recently learned that behaviors like giggling or laughing in autistic children can sometimes be signs of anxiety rather than happiness. As a neurotypical parent, I initially assumed my child's giggling indicated joy. It was only after another parent shared their experience that I considered it might be a sign of anxiety. I then used AAC to check in with my child during a giggling episode, and he communicated that he was anxious. Is it common for neurotypical individuals, parents, teachers, caregivers to misinterpret such signs of dysregulation? Have you experienced similar misunderstandings? Does regular wellness check ins using AAC help in identifying and addressing these situations? Anand's answer, my laughing was always misunderstood. I laughed when I was afraid or anxious. My mother thought I was laughing for fun. My mother did not know that when I was laughing, running, shouting, and repeating certain phrases in a loop, it was because of anxiety or fear. Teachers shouted at me more if I laughed. They thought I was not listening to them. Parents' answer, my answer, yes, introducing AAC earlier would have helped understand the real reasons, and awareness and education or regulation and signs of dysregulation would have helped. Question 5. Question 5. I have read that for some autistic individuals, their internal regulation state may be different from the emotion they seem to externally convey through their faces and bodies. Is this true for you? If so, how can we, as parents or caregivers, best understand and support our loved ones with regulation? Yes, when I'm laughing, it could be that I'm happy or I'm nervous. When I'm upset, I don't cry, but I feel sad inside. When criticized or yelled at, I run or pace in the room or fixate on an object, stim more. Inside, I feel hurt and shame. I see a boy fall, he's crying loudly. I stand and look. I don't go and help till someone tells me to, but I feel concern. I cannot speak my thoughts. I cannot do face movements, make my eyes big when angry, shout in frustration like my brother. And so my mother did not know that I have emotions. She did not know that I feel angry, afraid. Example, I felt tense in therapy sessions. Was I able to shout in protest, yell, scream? No. I walk in quietly. I did not know how to say, I don't want to go for therapy. Parents answer, okay. When I understood that outward expressions do not match his internal feelings, I was able to support better. When I did RDI, I was asked to slow down and observe. Doing that made me notice subtle changes in face and eye expressions that convey if he's upset, angry, or surprised. I discovered his personality type is that he does not act out, he withdraws. So a flushed face, eyes blinking too much, unusually silent, not stimming, Signs which I ignored earlier are the clues now. I analyze the day to understand what could have happened. Is it emotional? Is he angry, upset? Did he feel unfairly criticized, therefore shutting down? Was my tone harsh? Was I over the edge, agitated? Or is he unwell? Then I support him to feel better. Stopping an activity if he's tired, reducing demands to just let him be instead of being stressed about completing goals. When I am dysregulated, I act out and make him also dysregulated. So I watch out for signs of my dysregulation. It is a daily check in I have to do. I too slip into dysregulation easily. Question 6. How can parents help their kids regulate when they struggle with impulse control? If you received support with this from an adult, please share your experience. I want my parents to be understanding, to know that it is difficult for me to control my impulse to watch elevators, automatic doors open and close, touching people's stomach, to suddenly take off and walk fast without stopping till someone shouts at me to stop. The shout signals me to stop. Without that, I can go on walking as long as there is a path. As of now, adults with me help me manage my impulse, stopping my hand from touching people's stomach, keep a watch on me in malls and public places. Question 7. How was this experience of answering questions from parents on regulation? Anand said it felt good to talk about my emotions. My mother said my sharing will help parents and children. I felt happy. My answer, it was a very unique experience for both of us. I realized for the first time I was speaking to him as an equal, talking to him, not about him, asking for his opinions, his views. This exercise showed me that I have to be mindful from now and treat him like an adult, a mature person in his own right.
Thank you, Bharti. Thank you, Anand. That was a lot of work, I'm sure. Bharti, so how was this experience for you to sit with Anand and explain the questions to him? So, how was the process?
Like I said, it was very unique because these are some, actually, I wanted to address childhood, growing up, painful memories and all, but I would always, not know how it may be painful or how to do it. So that was blocked out actually. Though I knew certain things and I wanted him to share, but I didn't want to take that effort or, whatever. But I must thank you because this pushed me to take that effort to go in. And I got very unexpected answers. I was not expecting him to share so easily with me or openly. We did this mostly in Tamil. It was easier for us in the mother tongue to talk about his childhood experience and what was in his mind. So first we discussed each question in Tamil, and he gave some wonderful answers like he felt misunderstood. All this was in Tamil. And then we wrote about it in English. Once the words came out in Tamil, I gave him the vocabulary for English, like feeling remorse. So I introduced more emotion words. So it was a great start. And I realized that the emotional depth that he has is something I didn't imagine, that they also have this. Like when I said his sharing will help other parents, I could feel that sense of pride, or that sense of, happiness in his face. So I could feel that. And when I asked his opinions and when I thanked him and I said, I didn't know you felt all this, he felt like, like, how we finally you understood me kinds. So I could see all that, like, finally you can stop treating me like a small child kind of. His body expressions showed all that. So I learned a lot. So thank you for this. Though, if not for this, I would have never addressed emotions at all because it's easy not to. So yeah.
Right.
So thank you.
Right. Yeah, some questions can be uncomfortable, right? Sometimes we don't as parents, we would not want them to put on a spot, to be on a spot and answer questions. So maybe opportunities like this help us to push them a little bit about sharing about themselves.
Definitely.
Aarti, there's a lot of praise for Anand's answers in the chat box. I will share it with you later on. Please read them and please show it to him as well.
Yeah, I'll show it to him. And he was very interested in hearing Nishant, Akshat, Nevaiy. So that was something I would not have even been aware, if not for all this. So we take them for granted, the neurotypical, we are really, so the interest that he has and all that, I was able to see from this AMA sessions working on this. Yeah. So thank you for this opportunity.
I just want to say, Anand, watching you smile through this whole time has been amazing, and you've been exuding so much of calm. So really, hats off to you for because I don't think I am that patient. Anyway. So, and your smile is such a beautiful smile, Anand. Keep smiling.
It's beautiful. Thank you, Mary. Thank you.
So Nevaiy is also from Mumbai. In his own words, he says, "My name is Nevaiy. I'm 20 years old. I love music. Some of my favorite musicians are Black Eyed Peas, Gorillaz, Martin Garrix. I love my parents and brothers. My brothers are home and mean the world to me. I'm proudly autistic. My strengths are breaking people's written rules for how autism is perceived by making myself loud for my poetry. My poetry is about giving expression to life as I view it. In the future, I would like to write more scary stories and maybe considering becoming a chef." Very interesting. I would like more parents to help their kids by giving them fire in their bellies. Wow. So, anyway, how do we understand emotional regulation? So, Mary is here, Nivai's mother, and she will
I
be reading. Yeah.
answer. So I says emotional dysregulation feels like a fiery storm happening in my head and makes me scream like a banshee. It can look like a child about to scream and looking like he's seeking some release from his body.
Thank you, Nivai. The next question is, I have a 9-year-old non-speaking son who is multimodal communicator using gestures, letterboard, typing, and is highly intelligent. I am noticing he feels frustrated now when he sees other kids his age or others can so easily just speak their complex thoughts out with mouth words, but he has to put so much effort into communicating his thoughts. It causes a lot of frustration and him being dysregulated. What would you advise a younger one on how to come to terms with this reality of being a person with different communication style and helping them stay regulated and trusting the process of using alternative methods and not give up on it or get discouraged?
Device answer, I think, is more for the child in question. And he says, wonder not about your beautiful style of complex communication. However, lean hungrily into wondering how to spread the message to share how special and wonderful you are. And he said he's willing to meet the children to show them how to fill spaces with their wonderful, loving selves. And he also says opinions have lots of meaty mouths. However, learn to eat what challenges your spirit.
It's a great answer. Thank you, Nivai. Um, this is from a mother of 2 kids. My children have severe intolerance to many foods. As they are foodies and need a sense of belongingness to community, we need to give them intolerant food sometimes. How can I plan the day to take care of the meltdowns of 2 boys on spectrum?
Levi says parents should understand stopping foods is not a choice started by their loving kids. You can get food their loving kids like.
Nivai, what helps with dealing with anxiety? How do you regulate yourself?
So, Levi said, when I was small and we went out, I looked for fans because looking at fans helped me calm myself to stay calm. And exhaust fans staying the same everywhere I went. Body dysregulation feels like a body massage when I want to run. Music helps me. Playing songs that I am familiar with and love. Mother helps me good by loving me good by hugs and kisses. Parents can keep calm and loving.
Very, a lot of people are appreciating Nevai's poetic sense in the comments. I don't know if you're reading it. Please tell this to Nevai.
I haven't been reading it, but I will.
Yeah. So how was your experience answering these questions from parents on regulation, Nevai?
Nevai says it was good to understand myself and help my brothers and sisters by educating their parents to see the great family I have that meet me where I am.
Mary, this question is for you. So how did you feel, what did you feel about this experience of sitting with Nevai with all the questions that were sent to him? And when he answered, what did you discover? Was there a moment, aha moment, or what happened? Can you share?
Honestly, my experience has been very interesting because I find that Nevai is very for the kids and to helping the kids just be as they are. And what I am gathering is that he wants the parents to kind of change and figure out their kids and not let the kids do all the hard work. So that was really, really nice for me. And I do find that some of the questions were hard when it came to, I think, were very triggering for him. And it was also interesting to see that sometimes as parents, we need to be careful what we are asking our kids to answer. And to see that, are we not in our curiosity of helping our own kids or, on that path, are we stepping on very sensitive ground for the other people that we're asking these questions to? We need to also be a little careful about that. And Bindu, thank you. Thank you so much for the encouragement. I want to say that it's a great thing for this community. So thank you.
I'll keep that feedback in mind. So next time we have an AMA, we will make sure that the questions are more sensitive and they're not very triggering to the participants. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Niva. So welcome to Nishant Sriram. He's based in Coimbatore. Nishant was diagnosed with autism and apraxia. He uses Avaz and Clicker, which are iPad-based apps, to communicate his thoughts, feelings, and choices. He is the co-author of the book Talking Fingers, Volume 1. He is an artist who works using the paint and digital mediums. He's very connected to nature, and many of his paintings feature flora, fauna, and scenery. He has also depicted his love for movement, music, colors, sounds through graphic art. His works have been exhibited in prestigious exhibitions including Steer Gallery, Delhi, and Salarjan Museum, Hyderabad. They have also been featured in calendars, posters, logos for events, and greeting cards. He has created a product line of wooden trays, coasters, napkin boxes, gift boxes, which showcase his designs. He also loves trekking in the hills, walking, cycling, and traveling. He has won several medals at the state and national level for cycling. He is a connoisseur of food and music and likes to cook and bake too. He likes to watch cooking shows, documentaries on the earth and climate change and ecology. He is friendly, happy go lucky, and lives by the motto Hakuna Matata. No worries, no problems. He currently interns at the Amaze Charitable Trust, a skill training center at Coimbatore. Welcome, Nishant. Welcome, Akila ma'am.
Hi. Yeah.
So, Nishant, when this parent is asking, when there is no time to spend with my son, he keeps talking to himself, repeating TV dialogues continuously. Is this self-regulation or self-play?
So, can I share screen and just share from his typing itself?
Yes, sure, ma'am.
Because he's typed on Clicker, so I thought I'd just share that text. Just give me a second.
Checking on people and the environment for cues. I still do that a lot. I would try to keep some things the same. Keeping some routines the same helped.
So, 1 second. So are you able to see the screen?
Yes, yes.
He could feel bored when not engaged. So he could be trying to keep himself comfortable and engaged.
So, Bindu, you can read out the second
Yeah.
question from here itself.
Yes, I'll do that. Thank you, Nishant. Do you recall your early years before starting with AAC?
I have to actually select because it's all in one file.
I have very good memory. I tried my hardest to communicate with gestures, but I was not understood by many. It was frustrating and sometimes scary. My mother and father understood. My teachers and my friends also tried. Before I used AAC like Pexeravas, I would keep vigilant and keep checking on people and the environment for cues. I still do that a lot. I would try to keep some things the same. Keeping some routines the same helped.
A great answer, Nishant. How do you seek help when not regulated? Please share.
I ask for a break. Sometimes I share my feelings. When I'm out of control, my ability to communicate is poor. So I need some time and space for knowing what to do next.
Thanks, Nishant. What helps regulation in the mornings and late evenings? Actually, ma'am, we had two more questions on the same lines. Many people are somehow, they are looking for answers on how to regulate in the evenings and towards the night bedtime.
Yeah, and so that he has answered because that came as two questions. So evening strategies he's answered separately.
Following a routine helps. On non-routine days, knowing what to expect helps. In the morning, I fear that my mind will not listen to me enough. So I feel anxious. I drink tea and that wakes me up. I listen to classical instrumental music or songs that match my mood. Alma sits next to me and does meditation. Smelling essential oils. Baths also help. Patti does prayers. Lights the lamp in Agarbatti. New and exciting things magically make me happy, like outings, new food, guests at home. But too many new things can make me dysregulated. Evening strategies, he answered in Q7.
Yeah, so I think I backspace, so we lost the text, but it still spoke it out. So yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yeah, those are some great strategies for morning. Thank you, Nishant. Any strategies for traditional events to attend for our children when they have to attend a family event? What are the strategies that they can use for regulation?
I have to select, and it's a long answer.
Preparing them about what to expect at the event. Duration, dress code, food timing will help. If the event is long, then plan where they could have a quiet spot, or they could go back to the hotel room or to a nearby park. I remember Range Wake's wedding in 2013 at Meister had a lot of events at different venues. My mother had made a book and presentation to let me know what to expect, what I can do, what I need to wear. My dad helped to find seats away from the crowds. I was allowed to change after the ceremony. My sister and cousins played with me, and we even went on outings to parks and gardens and the zoo in between events. My parents thought I would not be able to stay up for the family dance party, but I was excited to be with everyone and stayed up till midnight. On the final day I was too tired, and so we left for our hotel after dinner. Recently we traveled to Chennai for a family get-together. I had not traveled by train in 5 years, so my mom shared the train route and timings with me. I liked sitting by the window and watching everything go by. But when train waited too long at some stations, I felt anxious that we were going to be late. Mom helped by talking to me and helped me choose some calming activities till the train moved. I enjoyed the get-together and good food. I was not sure how to interact with everyone. My mom told me to be myself, go with the flow. So I sat comfortably and listened to their stories and joined in with my cousins for the kami dance. Everyone clapped for us and joined the dance. It was fun.
Yeah, that was really that was really great to know how well your family helped you in traditional events, and how everyone comes together and includes you, and you feel part of the community and part of the group. So very well put. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Nishant. I have heard some children mask their behavior. How long can a child maintain this masking? Does it always lead to a meltdown afterwards? Can children mask indefinitely, or is it possible to help them become regulated and not need to mask?
I do not mask at all most of the time. I cope well if I know what is expected and how long it will take. I use schedules, alarms and timers a lot. I also have a good sense of time. I usually try to adjust to things I cannot control. I try to understand the situation. Yes, sometimes prolonged masking can lead to a meltdown. When I'm getting overwhelmed, I take breaks. I am okay with changes like delays, change in plans or routes, if they're explained to me. Too many of those, and if I am physically tired or sick, or too hungry, and I can get into a meltdown.
Thanks, Nishant. Thank you for taking the time to connect with us. My question is regarding sleep. My son struggles to sleep every night, often going to sleep at 1 a.m. This is despite a consistent sleep dinner routine, outdoor activities in the day, blackout blinds in the bedroom, and no screen time after 9 p.m. He is very tired yet can't sleep, often getting more active as the night progresses. I struggle to help him regulate himself at night. Would really appreciate some advice on how I could help him self-regulate.
I usually go to bed early and wake up early. I have dinner by 7:30 p.m. and sleep by 9:30 p.m. I like to use a thick blanket and keep the AC on. When I'm not able to fall asleep, usually it is because I have some sort of anxiety or pain or health issues. What helps me is low-volume calming music and lavender oil. Sometimes I feel itchy and a lotion rub or a bath or wipe helps. If I can't still sleep, I have a warm drink.
Yeah. That's it.
Those are some great strategies, Nishant, for sleep. I hope the parent is here and she listens to this. A 15-year-old boy knows hitting is wrong, and yet, when anxious, hits his mother several times, then immediately goes into regret mode and starts saying, "I'll uh, love me, don't be angry with me." Parents have taken for psychological help, and lots of support has been given to have him understand what he is wrong, that he is wrong, and he can do other things and not hit. No one hits him either. It's just that they cannot get him to regulate and control his aggressive behavior. Any thoughts or suggestions from your experience, please? Thank you.
So it was nice, Nishant. Let me just put it.
When the boy is hitting, something must be bothering him. They need to give him some time and space to think about what is happening. I too have become aggressive at times, and my parents would usually walk away or take me to my room. At that point, I am not able to think about what I am doing. When I calmer, they would help me to understand my feelings and discuss solutions for what could have caused me to get so upset or angry. My mother tells me that my aggressiveness is only a phase or a reaction and not a trait, so that helps me to work on it without feeling guilty. I know she loves me a lot, and is always there to help me.
We love each other.
Thank you, Nishant. So, in a nutshell, it is the parents who make a difference when the child is dysregulated, and they can make a world of difference if they're understanding. The last question for Nishant. How was this experience of answering questions from parents on regulation?
The process of answering questions about regulation helped me recall and understand how I cope with stressful situations in the past and now. I was also a bit anxious if I would be able to answer all the questions, but now I feel relieved that I have.
Yes.
Yes, Nishant, and you answered them so well. Thank you so much. Akila, I'm just asking you the same thing. How was this experience for you when he was answering these questions? Was it stressful for either of you?
Uh, I don't think it was stressful. Yeah, but then we did it. I was traveling, all those kind of things, more to do with my own schedule that came in the way. And I think I was pleasantly surprised. Some of the things he shared, the memories and things like that. I hadn't thought about it. Sometimes, yeah, like in the beginning, he had answered them. Remember, I think you had suggested he talks more from his experience. So that really helped because initially he was just answering the question to the point, and the minute you said share experience, then he went into a lot of stories. I think that was nice.
Yeah, and
Listen
we
to
really love the stories.
this.
No, because I'm asking you this because if for the AMAs in future, should we step back and think once before sending the question so that it does not trigger their bad memories or past experiences and cause them trauma or depression or anxiety?
So it depends on the child. I think with Nishant, he's older, he's 29, and we've worked on many years on his feelings of anxiety, and we kind of don't. We're a family who accepts whatever it is, the feelings as they are. So no feeling is actually wrong, and we work a lot on ourselves, both all of us, on past trauma and try to sort of, if it is traumatic, then we work on it. But I'm not sure if that one size fits all. If the family or the child is not ready to answer the question, we just respect that. ask the question, and if they're not comfortable, obviously they can, choose not to answer it if they think it will trigger something. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Does anyone have anything to share or add or ask something? Anyone in the audience?
I also. Go ahead, Janki ma'am. Come on. Let's hear you.
Who did you? Shall I go ahead? So basically, for me, when I was listening to what Anand shared, I was reminded of my relationship with my husband, who's a very silent and quiet kind of guy. And I felt that, he doesn't feel anything. And that's what we assume a lot. At least with Nishant, he's very outspoken and in there on your face with his emotions. So I think I had it easier to, because I had to deal with it, but I was reminded a lot of that. And then I found that actually, through the relationship and after we started working on it, that he was even more sensitive than those of us who are in your face. So, very deep emotions there for those who are silent is what I learned. And I was reminded of that. So, thank you. Today being Father's Day, I want to also say that for all the fathers who are quiet and silent. And, sometimes we think they don't feel anything, but yeah, they are very deep like Anand.
What a great message, ma'am, for Father's Day. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bindu, this has again gone way beyond the expectation as the last AMA. And my sincere wish and desire is that these inputs that have come from the most credible source, it is the autistics themselves and the parents who have gone on this journey and they've discovered things. And even through this session, as Bharti said, and as Akila ma'am has just pointed out about fathers, so many discoveries have been made. So I just pray and hope that all of us who are here today have heard this firsthand. We are able to spread this message, take it forward, and take it very seriously. Um, Sometimes I feel I have come across parents who are trying everything within their reach, outside, beyond their reach, but they are not coming down to the basic, simple grassroots things of seeing the child for who he or she is and what the possibilities could be. The efforts is still more on fixing, correcting, changing, and that path of frustration leads nowhere. So, this session, how is it that all of us can just make this a worldwide thing? I feel it just should reach every home, every corner, not just families with autistics, but everyone, because we all live together in this world. And how can we do that? Is even after the last session, that was reverberating in my head that those responses from the panelists last time, the responses this time, they are so insightful, but they are simple. It is about being patient. It is about see me for who I am. Give me my voice, give me the time. It basically boils down to that. And don't push me and rush me into things, or we need to really send this everywhere. Give serious thought to giving a very wider, much wider platform than these 20 members that we are here today. This is so, so precious for, I think, hundreds and thousands of families out there. Thank you so much, all the panelists. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, every effort will be made to make this reach to parents, like you said, not just of children with autism, but all the parents, because some of them are so relevant to even families with neurotypical children. So like what when Anand said, I didn't want to go to therapy, but I was forced to. I didn't know how to say it, and it was very painful to hear that.
Yes, I know. Yes.
So Nishant has just typed something, so just speak
Oh,
it out.
please share, ma'am.
It was nice to hear about everyone else's experience. Thank you for the opportunity.
Awesome.
Thank you, Nishan.
Not to say.
Everyone for joining today. Thank you, Champa ma'am. Thank you all and their parents for all the hard work for the last 2 weeks. Thank you so much. See you soon in another AMA, maybe coming up soon this year. Thank you.
Looking forward to that. Thank you, everyone. Have a
Thank
great
you,
Sunday,
everyone.
everyone.
Thanks, Bindu, and all the other panelists. Bye.
Thank you.